What's going on, Goodfellas Sports TV? We up in this thing doing what we do. One time for the one time. That's the one time for the one time grinding. Your boy CJ Goodfellas. And apparently, Tom Lawford out here running his mouth saying that Triple G may go to the zone and take on super middleweight, the World Boxing Super Series tournament champion, Super WBA champion, Diamond Belt WBC champion, Ring Magazine Super Middleweight champion, Callum Smith in the UK. I think that's a good fight, but I think where Golovkin is looking at Callum Smith as being kind of green grows on his only step up fight, and he's looking at it as an opportunity to get Callum Smith before he get really rolling. Callum Smith is looked at as one or two best super middleweights in the world. I think it's him or David Benavidez, even though he championed in recess, because his little cocaine little thing he got popped with. This is definitely a tough fight, and I think he was better off to get Callum Smith somehow, some way, before he fought George Groves. Okay, maybe he feel like he sees something he can expose in Callum Smith. Callum Smith's jaw ain't really been tested at this level. But Triple G, for his first move up fight to be Callum Smith, a 6'3" guy that can box, that can punch. He ain't really all that stiff. He got a little bit bend to him. It's a good fight. I'm not gonna shit on it. It's a fight that I like to see. I'm not paying nothing for the zone. That's just straight up. I ain't paying for the zone. Even though I like this fight, I picked Callum Smith to win the World Boxing Super Series tournament. I think this is probably a 50-50 fight. I say it's a 50-50 fight because Golovkin coming up in weight, and Callum Smith hasn't fought an animal like Golovkin before. Golovkin can't punch with both hands. Callum Smith can punch with both hands. He about, what's Triple G, about 5'10"? She about 4 or 5 inches taller than Triple G. You know what I'm saying? So Triple G, if Canelo power was keeping him respect, was keeping his respect, well, Callum Smith power definitely gonna get his respect with his height and his range. And I just don't see them going over to the zone to fight Callum Smith in the UK. Because I think even though pounds are worth more than USD money, okay, American money to be exact, I think he can get more money for fighting Charlo. I think he can get more money for fighting Danny Jacobs. But one thing also that I might be forgetting about the situation is the fact that UK fans gonna show up and show out for Golovkin. So yeah, he probably get more money fighting Callum Smith. You know what I'm saying? But be a hell of a fight. I like Callum Smith's range. I like his power. I like his determination. One of the reasons why Anthony Durrell didn't want to fight him. Good athlete, not just a tall, stiff guy. He good speed, good hand speed, decent feet. And Golovkin gonna have to walk through fire. If Golovkin try to do what he did versus Canelo in the second fight and try to just box and keep his distance, he ain't gonna be able to outbox this kid. Too long, too strong, punch too hard, too good of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be able to outbox Callum Smith. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have to get in there, put the earmuffs on, and come forward and make the fight happen. I just don't see them taking that fight though. I don't see him taking that fight. I think him staying at middleweight and fighting Robert Brandt and waiting for them to strip and becoming Canelo's mandatory through the WBA with the regular belt, or waiting for them to strip Canelo and fighting for the regular WBA belt and becoming Super WBA champion. That's what I see more likely for him. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see him going up there, going for Callum Smith, in his first move up to 168. You know what I'm saying? And I can see him going to 168 and them offering a one-fight deal to fight Peter Quillen on PBC, or trying to get him on his own, get him tuned up. I'm just saying hypothetically. And then going for a guy like, Callum Smith then. But, if that's what they want, at the end of the day, if they feel that they beat Canelo Alvarez, then what you need to tune up for? If you feel like you won the fight, you don't need no tune up then. You know what I'm saying? So I feel where they coming from. I love for them to take the fight, but I really don't see Triple G taking that type of risk unless the money is super duper right versus Callum Smith. But I understand, the method behind it madness. If they can beat Callum Smith, then they'll be the lineal super middleweight champion. And then they'll figure Canelo gonna have to give us a rematch. We on the zone, we beat Callum Smith. Let's get it. We have a unified fight at 168. Canelo will be the ring belt. Well, Golovkin will be the ring champion at 168 because that's what Callum Smith is, the Super WBA champion, and he be the WBC mandatory, okay? by the Diamond Belt champion. So, and then Canelo would be the regular WBA title holder. So then they could just do a big fight. It won't be a unification because let's say unify the regular super belts, which is, you know, a little bit stupid to me. But like I said, it'll be a good clash, man. It's a good stylistic clash, man. I want to see how Golovkin move up in weight. You know, how he applies pressures and try to systematically break down Callum Smith. And this is different. He was able to systematically break down guys like, Curtis Stevens. He was able to break down guys like David Lemieux, who didn't have the boxing ability that Callum Smith does. Callum Smith is a really, really razor sharp puncher. Good left hook, good right hand, good jab. Good at controlling his distance. And he's aggressive too. You know, I can see him really, really hurting Triple G. Triple G is really going to have to attack that guy's torso. You know, work the body a lot. His body shots got to be effective. And also, he moving up in weight, 8 pounds, plus whatever average super middleweight rehydrates at. You know? So this is a tough task, man. If he go all in for it, Triple G get my respect. For real. I respect him a lot for going up there, moving up in weight, and fighting Callum Smith. That's big, big respect. You know, he didn't have to do that. He's still a punani, though, for not fighting Jamal Charlo. He's still a punani for that, you know. It ain't no two ways around that, man. You know, people would say Charlo ain't fought nobody. You know, they bums. Look at their resume. But at the end of the day, you got guys that rather jump up another weight class than fight them. I mean, Canelo jumped up 2 weight classes now, with 3, because he dropped from 54 to 55 not to fight him. Came back down to 54 when Andrade got lost his belt, got stripped his belt. Then went up to 160. You know what I'm saying? Then ducked him at 160 to go to 68. That's comical, you know? And all of a sudden, Triple G said it don't make sense. So, you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to hear, you know, when people, you know, those same people that say it don't, you know, oh, it's just business with Canelo Alvarez. It's just business. You know, he just, you know, it don't make, or Triple G, both of them. It don't make sense. Well, you know, when Earl Spence, you know, said it don't make sense to fight Terrence Crawford right now. Well, Mikey said it don't make sense to fight Lomachenko right now. I don't want to hear it. It's just, you know, oh, they fool, you know, fuck them, man. All this business crap. Nah, because y'all promoted business when it comes to Canelo. Y'all promoted business when it comes to AJ. And I'm just here to call it straight down the middle. Okay? It's just business. 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 No, you can't have it just business on one side of the fence and on the other side of the fence it's not just business. So if it's just business for one fighter, it should be just business on your spectrum for all fighters. You know? But like I say, man, either or, Callum Smith could be a way better, tougher fight than Jamal Charlo can at 168. The only thing I really think that people fear about Charlo is the athletic ability, the power, and his size and speed for middleweight. You know, Callum Smith brings a lot of different things. He don't bring that speed. And I think people underestimate the speed and slickness of that brings out a lot of vulnerabilities in these fighters. A lot of these fighters don't fear the fighter. They fear their ability. They fear slick fighters. They fear fleet of feet fighters. They fear speed. That's what they mainly fear. A lot of these dudes can't spar. They can't simulate the speed. They can't mess with the foot speed, the hand speed. They can't mess with none of that. As far as the other skills like the power, stuff of that nature, controlling distance, boxing skill. A lot of them dudes feel like they can deal with that. Once you put speed into the equation, slickness, defense, foot speed into the equation, upper body movement, a lot of these dudes, they get bashful. They get bashful about fighting certain opponents. That's the difference, if y'all want to know. Rather than fight Jamal Charlo, that speed and that slickness and that them feet bother him. He knows that's going to be a problem with Callum Smith. You ain't got to deal with this. The speed disadvantage won't be that drastic, even though he's a good hand speed, good foot speed. But his speed is nowhere like Charlo. You know what I'm saying? So that's what Triple G looking like, man. Okay, he ain't as athletic. He athletic, but he ain't as fast as him. You know, he ain't been tested. You know what? The speed not going to be a factor. I'll be able to take him out. You know, if I can't take him out, then I probably need to hang it up. And that's just what it boils down to, man. That's what it really boils down to, man. I hope for this fight to happen. I love to see it happen. I love to stream it off of Sky because I'm not paying for the zone or using the free trial for the zone. But I think this would be a tremendous fight for the zone. I call a spade a spade. There'd be a tremendous fight for Triple G. It's a dangerous fight for Triple G. He's taking a risk. And I think part of taking that risk is trying to get Canelo in the ring, being a Super WBA champion, trying to entice Canelo to fight him at super middleweight, man. And who does that favor? In my opinion, it probably favors Golovkin, especially if he could beat Callum Smith. One fighting with John Ryder or Rocky Fielding or something like that. But it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Shout out to everybody supporting what we doing. Shout out to everybody doing what they do. We're going to continue to be consistent, persistent in our boxing and our sports talk. So I'm going to go ahead and make up for the lost time for the videos, man. Want to hit me up, DM me on Facebook. That link's there. Got a video request. You can email me as well. Shout out to everybody that donate. I definitely appreciate it. All the super chats as well. We go live. Y'all know what it is. Mr. One Time for the one time.